Welcome to the My Creative Days podcast, where we will talk about all things DIY, home decor, decorating tips, and creating a beautiful home on a budget. I am hoping our time together will spark a creative idea, help you plan your next DIY, or inspire you to finally tackle that project you keep putting off. Grab your favorite cup of motivation and let's chat. Hello, and welcome back to the podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Today, I'm going to kind of go off of the last podcast I did about why people are flipping furniture. And today I'm going to talk about when and where. So these are two kind of, topics that come up when my course is open, my furniture flipping course is open. People will write in with these questions or these thoughts. And so I thought it would be a good thing because I think people don't think about these things, and so to hear it maybe, since I get so many questions about it, I know it can help other people, because flipping furniture, no matter where you are in your journey, if you're doing it for your home, if you're doing it as a side hustle, if you're doing it as a full-time gig, you're the boss. You get to make up the hours, the schedule, the creativity is up to you, unless you're doing commission pieces, but it's kind of all, it's about you, and you get to control it. So today I'm going to talk about when you can flip furniture, because I will get a lot of questions. I don't know if I have the time. When will I have the time? So to take you back to my journey, when I started growing this, we had kids and I had a full-time daycare in our home, and I would work during nap time, nights and weekends. Like, that's all I had. I mean, and we had our own little kids. And so whenever it was nap time, nights and weekends, I set a goal. I knew, I saw where this could go, and I knew what I had to do to get it there. But I knew it was going to take a ton of time, because there weren't courses and things back in that day. When I started this, because I would have taken them in a heartbeat, because it would have saved me so many years, not time, not just like months and weeks. It would have saved me so many years. And so anyway, so I just worked when I could. So, and that was naps, nights, and weekends. And nap time, we all know, and especially when I had the other kids here too, naps aren't like a for sure set, time, because the kids are up and down the whole time. So nights and weekends were the most when it happened. So let me talk about when else. Like when people reach out to me, because whenever we open my course or I'm talking about these kinds of things, I'm always telling people, if you have any questions, anything at all, please reach out to me, because I want to answer your questions. And so they'll say, I don't know when I have time. And so I'll go back and forth with them. And so number one, like I said, this flipping furniture is for any age. I know preteens, they've actually come in my private furniture flipping group, and they've talked about their furniture flipping business and what they're doing. I mean, it's incredible. Teenagers, Landon just flipped his, it was like last, I don't know, it was a while ago. Landon flipped his first piece because he wanted extra money. College kids, high school kids, stay-at-home moms, people that work full-time and want, a little bit of side hustle, retired people. It's for anybody. So basically, think about when people say, when is the right time to start? I'm going to tell you, no matter where you are in your journey, I'm going to tell you right now. Right now is the time to start. And not saying anything in life now. There is never going to be the perfect time, ever, ever, ever. You're just wasting time by trying to find the perfect time, because there is never going to be a perfect time in so many things in your life. And I could do a whole podcast just about that, but I'm going to stay focused here. So right now is when, no matter if you're, just starting out, you're doing it for your home, you're retired, wherever you are, right now is the time to start. You can work on this after school. So if you are in school, no matter what that is that high school? Is that junior high? Are you an adult going back to school? You work on it after school. You work on it after you retire. So a lot of retired people are flipping furniture to stay busy, to have that creative outlet, and to make a little money on the side. After you have the baby, summer, if you're college kids, while the kids are napping, that was me, Weekends, that was also me. After work, after dinner. Like there are so many, you can find the time. Like here's the thing. Here's the thing with time when people tell me, I don't know if I can find the time. We all find the time to do the things we want to do, no matter what it is. And I did a whole podcast about this, about just look at the amount of time you spent on your cell phone over the last week. 8 hours, 14 hours, even those of you that don't work on your phone. I do a lot of my work from my phone. But for those of you that don't, just, is it an hour? Is it 2 hours? In 2 hours, I can get a full piece. I shouldn't say that because all pieces are different, but I can get a lot of a piece done in 2 hours. So just look where, another thing I tell people is for the next week, literally write down your schedule. I wake up at 5:30 a.m. and then what do? Do you get on your phone for an hour? Do you get on your phone for a half an hour? And then write down what you're doing. Like, just be completely honest, go about your day, go about your week like you normally would, and jot it all down to keep track. And you will find these pockets of time, either wasted time. Are you watching a lot of Netflix? Are you watching a lot of TV? Are you, whatever else you're doing, can you, put the furniture projects in those times? So we all find the time for the things we want to do. So the question I always ask is, you don't want to find the time? Because the excuse that we don't have the time, honestly, even the busiest people, like I started this with 2 small kids, working out of my home with other kids, and a husband, and crazy schedules. So I have a hard time with that, because we all find the time. We can all find the time for things that we want to do. And if that is one of your hang-ups, message me on Instagram at My Creative Days, and I would love to talk to you, because let's find the time. Let's just find that gap in your schedule when you can make this happen. And then just in a year, in 6 months from now, just think of where you can be because you started right now. Okay, where? So that's another thing that people will reach out to me when I'm talking about the course, and I don't know where I'm going to flip furniture. I don't have a workshop. Neither do I. Neither do I. I have flipped furniture in front of my washing machine, in my office, in our driveway, in my garage, and in the living room. And the back porch if the weather's nice. I mean, in the yard, we've done many of those too. You can do this anywhere, in any space you have. It may take some, finagling of some other furniture you have in your home. You can do this if you live in an apartment. You can do this if you live in a house, a single family home. You can do this anywhere. I have seen people on TikTok do this in, what are they called? When you're traveling, you're living and you're traveling, like RVs and those kinds of things. Like, you do not have to have a fancy workshop at all. So you just have to have a little space that you can move the furniture out of the way. Do you have a little patio, like off your apartment, that you could do it on? Do you have I'm thinking of the patios and decks off of, the second floor, the third floor. Do you have one of those that you can work on? You tell me here's what I would love for you to think about. Where can't you paint for a piece of furniture or work on a piece of furniture? Because not all furniture needs paint. But tell me a place where you can't paint a piece of furniture. I would love to challenge you right now. If there is a place that you cannot paint, now, granted, it's got to be... I understand you can't take a piece of furniture to a store and paint it. Don't say that. But if you, inside your place, tell me where you can't paint a piece of furniture. Because I would love to talk to you about that as well. So reach out to me, again, on Instagram at My Creative Days, and tell me where you can't paint a piece of furniture. So the where and the when, those are 2 excuses that I would love to talk to you about. If those are 2 things that you are worried about, that are stopping you from starting or growing what you've already started, please reach out to me, because I want to help you. Because right now, you have the time. I'm telling you, you have the time, and we can find it. And we've all got a spot somewhere where we are living. Maybe it's at your mom's house. Like maybe you don't feel like you have the space, but your mom lives in the town where you live or the city where you live. And maybe you can do it in her garage or something. Maybe you can work out something, if she's got more space. But you can definitely find a place to work on furniture. And I would love to hear if there's honestly a spot in your home where you can't paint a piece of furniture. And by that I mean, like, can you not move the furniture that's in there around so you can paint or work on a piece of furniture? We've all got the time. We all can find the time for something we really want to do. And we all have a space where we can work on a piece of furniture. So please don't let those be your excuses. And if you're still struggling with that, please reach out to me. You can even email me too, Lindsay@mycreativedays.com, and we can chit chat through email as well. I would love to hear from you. So if it's something you really want to do, I want to encourage you to do it. We just got to get rid of the excuses, and let me help you with those. That's why I'm here. So I hope to hear from you, and I hope this encourages you a little bit to get started, and let's get this going. So until next time, guys, thanks for being here, and I will talk to you soon. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I'm grateful that you tune in every week and that you share the show with your family and friends. I love having creative chit chats with you, and my hope is that this podcast will inspire you to try a new project, start a DIY that you've been putting off, and decorate your home exactly how you want it. There are a few ways you can help us with the podcast. Follow the podcast so you don't miss an episode. And if you could take a few minutes to leave the podcast a review, that would help us so much. Again, thank you for being here, and I look forward to our chat next week. Bye-bye.